made it look easy, but I'm sure that it wasn't.
This video production is brought to you by Pack and Away Mobile Storage. We bring the storage unit to your door, pack it at your place, and store it at ours. Pack and Away Storage is a division of Highway Number 1 Self-Storage. We are proud supporters of the Number 2 NLSA Sprint Car and Number 20X Modified.
This video production is sponsored by RD Sales and Service Limited. We service what others sell. For all mechanical repairs, trust our professionals. RD Sales and Service is a proud sponsor of the number 17 Super Truck and Sprint Car.
Well, you did a great job, George. Congratulations, and thanks for coming up to visit with us. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks, man. George Falcon, everybody, the winner in our Super Stock main event. We go now to the Lightning Sprint division. Here's how they line up. Starting on the pole is Jesse Giesbrick in the 17. To his outside, the 31 is Frank Elias. Inside row 2, it's the 10 of Amber Balkin in the Emery Demolition entry. Outside of Amber, the 27 is Chris Unruh. Row 3 has Dylan Sabatini on the inside, Chris Soren on the outside in the 1. Row 4 has Wally Butler inside in the 35W. Outside of Wally, it's Roland Bernard in the 2. Row 5 has Dexter in the 11 car. To his outside, the 43, Robert Livingstone. Row 6 has Edward Bell, or Ed Bell, in the 14 car there. To his outside, the 13 is Al Giesbrick, and on the back, the number 9 is Matt Zaleski. With the race action, here's Darren Pallin.
Thanks very much, Pat Mooney, getting ready to go with the Northern Lightning Sprint Association here. Earlier in the heat races, they were lapping 17 seconds flat, almost in the 16-second range. That is simply unbelievable. As we get set to go for the Northern Lightning Sprints. All right, the car number 17 is on the pole. That's Jesse Giesbrecht out of Winkler. As the Northern Lightning Sprints head out of turn 4. Here we go racing. Amber Balkin in a huge hurry in the North Star Emery Demolition 10. Look at him, 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. Ed Bell moving through the field in the Circe number 14. Up front and in command, the LG Transport number 31 of Frank Elias. That's a 2006 Bailey chassis. Amber Balkin now battling with the 17. We've got a yellow flag, a spinner. Looks like Wally Butler turned around in turn number 1 and 2. One of the more competitive drivers in the Northern Lightning Sprint Association. Butler driving that brand new Mazer Group Henchcraft. He is spun out in turn number 1 and 2 here in your Northern Lightning Sprint Association feature. Looking over the points right now, Roland Bernard in the Pack and Away Mobile Storage number 2 is your points leader. Then it's Dylan Sabatini second. Looks like 10 points separating them. Wally Butler third in points at 405. Amber Balkin fourth in points. Weighs back at 383 and at 375 points. The 1 HRP of Chris Soren. Soren driving the number 1 in 4th spot currently. Also a brand new 2012 Henchcraft chassis. Of course, the Bailey chassis is built in just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And the Henchcraft's built in Pennsylvania. Bailey and Henchcraft are the 2 largest manufacturers of Lightning Sprint chassis. These chassis, just like the World of Outlaws full-size sprint cars, are built with 4130 aircraft quality chromoly. They are TIG welded and built in a jig, so they are purpose-built race cars. And these things really, really fly. As we told you, lap times of 17 seconds flat. Fastest cars on the racetrack here tonight. All right, getting ready to go. Green flag is out. Here we go. Frank Elias gets a great start once again. Amber Balkin looking good in the number 10. Couple of Baileys up front, then a 17 car is an ART chassis. Here comes a pair of Henchcrafts. In fact, 3 of them. Chris Soren with a great pass in the Walker Auto Parts number 1, but now Wally Butler shoots under him. Roland Bernard working on the 17. We've got some great racing here in the NLSA. Wow. Oh, the 31 gets sideways, makes a mistake, and Wally Butler drives on by. Butler was, we've got a yellow flag, and that's going to erase Wally Butler's great pass. He's not going to be happy about that. Looked like Chris Unruh, last week's feature winner, involved over there as he heads to the pit area. I also believe that's the Bell's Property Services Searcy trucking car number 14 of Ed Bell, parked at the bottom of turn number 2. What a job by Wally Butler, however. He was flying. He started 7th in this race, got underneath Amber Balkan, and then quickly got underneath the 31 of Elias, who was running a great race, but a little bit of a mistake in turn number 2. Got him a little sideways, and Butler drove on by in that brand new Mazer Group Henchcraft chassis. Of course, Wally Butler is a former SCCA road racer, raced all over North America for many years and took a hiatus and was looking to get back into some form of racing and found the Northern Lightning Sprints, which was founded in 2008. Good field of cars here once again tonight for the Northern Lightning Sprints. 12 laps are on the Pepsi board. We're going to find out what happens here as we do the restart lineup. I'm not sure if Butler completed a lap as the leader. If he did, he will 27. 27's in the pits. Oh, it was the 27's yellow. Now the 35W will be starting up front, or the 31 go back? Okay, that is right. So we do go back to the last completed lap of racing, and Wally Butler did not lead a complete lap. So you see the 31 now, a great break for him. Balkan gets the 2nd spot back, moving the Mazer Group 35W to 3rd. Chris Soren's in 4th, and the 17 of Jesse Giesbrecht looking good here tonight in the 5th spot. 185 horsepower. These engines turn about 14,000 RPM. Original 6-speed transmission from the motorcycle is retained. Many of you have probably seen many of these motorcycles on the street. Of course, they're called crotch rockets. And well, I'll tell you, they really fly, no doubt about it. 185 horsepower and about a 700-pound car. So the power to weight ratio with these cars is absolutely phenomenal. All right, Frank Elias, Amber Balkan, and Wally Butler are your top 3. Soren and Giesbrecht 4th and 5th, and we're going racing. Green, green, green. Amber Balkan rockets by the 31 car. Frank Elias, the LG Transport 31. You can see that car looks like it's getting a little loose now. Tough break for Frank Elias, but certainly with these 1,000cc engines, you have to pedal these cars a bit as Wally Butler drives on by in the Mazer Group 35W. He's your new leader coming out of 4. So it's Butler, then the 10, the 31, the 1, and the 2. Those are your top 5 so far. Chris Soren in the 1HRP now putting pressure on the Bailey chassis, the number 31 of Frank Elias, who is very loose out there now. Who isn't loose is your leader, the 35W of Wally Butler. You can see that Henchcraft sticking perfectly to the racetrack. That's looking like a very easy car to drive right now. Roland Bernard, your points leader, with trouble on the back straightaway. He's in the infield. Wally Butler about a straightaway lead now on second place Amber Balkan in the Associated Auto Auction Imrie Demolition North Star number 10. Wally Butler just flying, wow. Wally Butler now coming around to lap the current points leader, Roland Bernard. Roland Bernard in the 2 is a two-time NLSA points champion. Five to go for your leader, Wally Butler. Blue flag with the yellow diagonal stripe coming out, telling the slower drivers that the faster drivers are coming around to lap them. Wally Butler with about, well, almost half a track on second place Amber Balkan. Chris Soren now putting some pressure on the 10 car. The 29 car of Sabatini is coming as well. Keep your eyes on the 29 car of Dylan Sabatini. The FXR number 29 has been moving nicely. That car is coming to him now. Dexter DeVerkston rolling on the front chute, and that'll bring out a yellow flag. Well, this will certainly make this race more interesting. I think we have 13 laps on the Pepsi board. No? 3. It should be 0-3. Okay. I thought that.
Easy, big fella, easy.
Hey, I got a question to ask you, and it might be a dumb one, but, you know, I'm known for that.
That's okay. I got a lot of dumb answers.
A lot of the racetracks I go to now do not count laps down, they count laps up. What's the reason for that? Do you know?
Well, the reason for that is because the two tracks I think Grand Forks is one I'm talking about.
Yes, yep.
First of all, the fans hate it because it doesn't tell them how many laps are left.
That's why I'm asking the question. I don't like it either.
Right. But here's the deal. With Grand Forks, they have finally got their computer synced with the lap board. But the thing will only work if it counts up rather than down.
Oh, so this isn't something to do with the operation of the event, really. It's just
right.
It's software thing.
Software thing. You got people walking on Mars, but we can't have the lap board go from down to up to down.
Well, it always makes sense to me. You look right now. I mean, we know we've done 12 and there's 3 to go. Just makes sense.
The other way, especially in a place that doesn't have a great sound system, or if the announcer doesn't tell you how many laps, you're totally lost. How many was it at the start?
Oh, exactly. I agree. No, I didn't like it. I just didn't know the reason, but
I'm glad you don't like it because I thought I was going to have to get after it with you, but
well, Wally Butler has been looking stupendous in the Mazer Group 35W. Amber Balkan.
He's looking what?
Stupendous. I try to use big words once in a while.
Must be a lightning sprint word.
Well, 12 down, 3 to go. The Mazer Group Mahindra Tractors 35W is your leader. He's got several feature wins in 2012. All right, so getting ready to go back racing now. 3 laps on the Pepsi board. You'll hear these cars shift about halfway down the front straightaway. Most of them will be going from 2nd gear to 3rd gear. Here we go. Wally Butler continues to lead with 2 to go. Looks like nobody's going to catch him. There goes Dylan Sabatini in the St. Anne Hotel, number 29 into second. That car's been rocket fast. White flag, 1 to go. Checkered flag, your winner, the 35W. Wally Butler takes the win in the Lightning Sprints. Second spot goes to the FXR Racing, number 29 of Dylan Sabatini. And that'll help him a little bit because Roland Bernard was well back in the field. Roland is the points leader by 10, but the 29 car, with that finish in second, will close the point gap up in the Northern Lightning Sprint Association. Pat?
Darren, talking about points, I have the Wazota track champion for the Superstock division joining me. Mike Martin, congratulations on what I thought